Hi everyone. So today we're going to learn about Canvas apps and how we can create a Canvas app, add components to it and all. So whenever you're using a PowerApps, you first come to the home page or create or apps pages. And from all of these mentioned pages, you can create a Canvas app or a model driven app. If you want to create a portal, there is now a separate website for that. Anyways, we're not discussing that here. Click on click on this canvas, right? And then put in the app name where you want to create this app for. So is it for tablets or phones? I would prefer keeping always tablets because tablets can again be shrink to phone as ratios. Now, so yeah, also you can change all of these things in the settings of the app once you've created it. So let's just click create. So we hit create, it opens up and it takes some time to create the app phase. Now the blank app is ready, right? So what we would like to do is we would like to first look at the components here. So what you can do is this is a blank screen first of all, okay? And here we can add our components like a text box, a gallery, picture, or input button, or anything else. Let's just focus on the top. What are the things which we have? We have a back button, we have an undo button, and if you click this arrow, undo redo is there, and then copy paste is there, right? Copy cut paste. Click on insert is nothing but you can insert all of these components mentioned here. Click on buttons, inputs, and all of those things. There is a lot, like you can also have custom HTML displayed here. You can add in media like pictures and all. Again, you can have shapes. These shapes are basically can be interactive. We mostly use rectangle a lot to just give a good type of UI. You can add in your AI builders here, add in charts. Layouts are there. So in layouts we have galleries. So let's just talk about main components over here. So text label is nothing but a text label, a field label. We call it in PowerApps. So if you see the right hand side app, I have a model driven app open. This is called a text label. This is called an input, right? Text input. So these are the two things we can insert by text label and text input. Again, we have a form as well. If you click on form, there are three types: edit, view, and new. So there are three types of forms. In this edit form, you can edit fields. A new form will open up a new form, which is a blank record. When you click a new button from a model driven app, that's exactly what it is. A view form is like this, but you can't edit it. Now, vertical gallery, if you click on vertical gallery, it gives you a gallery in a vertical format. So you have a vertical format for the gallery. Let's just delete this. These are very most common used things. Date picker is again a date picker. You can pick date. Again, if you want to pick date time, how do you do that? You have to click here. You see only picking date. You can add in a component of drop downs, which has timer drop downs yourself, and then you can combine both together. Then you have a button. All of these things are basics. And then you can add in the data from where. If you have a SharePoint, you can just search here SharePoint or Excel, anything else. All of the connectors here, 250 plus connectors are there, and you can create a table as well from here. So let's just assume we will come to this later. Now clicking on new screen will give you a new screen layout of different types. There are predefined templates as well, and then there are different types of layouts. There is this themes. They have by default some themes for us. Let's just go with the dark theme. If you see, our dark theme looks like this. If I go with this theme, it looks like this. So there are a bunch of predefined themes which we can use, right, for our app, and that helps us just do less development. But anyways, this looks very shabby most of the times, so you would have to either use a PCF or something else to just make this look more good. Let's see, background color. You can change the background color and add in a custom color. Three dots, it will take you to background image. You can add in a background image. And then settings. Let's see here what we have. In settings, you can have name, description, icon of the app when it loads and when it shows, and then whatever icon you can pick from here or upload your own icon. You can have in your colors of the icons as well, what is filled inside it and what does the whole icon look like. Autosave should always be enabled. I would prefer that. Can you take the app offline or not? Can you use this app in the offline mode or not? You can only use database tables at this moment. This is still in preview, but this is very awesome feature. We already have it in a model driven apps. And then you can have what are the things you can have in the offline mode enabled. And then there is this limit rows. This is the amount of delegation it is having right now. It has we mostly give it to 2000. Anyways, that's something else to talk about. Then you can enable debugging and go to monitor the app and then debug it, and many more options are there. You can change the layout of this to from landscape to portrait, and you can change the size as well. All of that is custom, and you can do scale to fit whatever screen you are in, and aspect ratio you should lock or not. And then upcoming features have more features over here. There is a lot. Let's go and look at other components. This shows you that you're editing. When two people are working on the same app and have edited, one of the person will see it as read only, and then you can share the app directly from here, but you have to save it. And then this is app checker. It shows you any errors or delegation as you have. And then you can add in comments, play the app in the preview here only, not as an app. I'll just uncheck this. And then you can save it, save as, and then download a copy, save with version notes, and then publish. This is all save features. Publish means if you want the saved features to be shown to the users. So actually users will see the reflected changes only when you publish the app. When you click on this, there are a bunch of again things related here. This is related to the page we are on. So it shows you page properties. What are the properties of the page? On height of this page, on show of this page, on visible, what are the things you can run, what functions you can call. All of those things are monitored here and added over here. Click on here on visible. You can do this PowerApps formula here, and then you can write in your code here. In the right hand side, you will see properties of the first screen. If you add a component, you'll see its properties. Again, in advance, if you go, all the things on the left hand side top will be visible here as well. And then in ideas, you can have some ideas. Let's go in insert again. Insert is same as what we have on the top. Data is same. Media is again part of insert. You can upload your own files, videos, audios, anything, and put it over here. Then you can have whatever Power Automate flows you want to add to your Canvas app will be added from here. Add flow, and then click on create new flow, or just search for those flows over here. They will be added. And then you can, on click of a button or on visible of the screen, you can write flow name dot run in brackets, pass any parameters if there are any. Then any variables if you have related to this app will be shown here. Any collections you create, we'll come to what collections and variables are. And then there's this is advanced topic. And as I mentioned, when you're monitoring, when the debugging is on, you can monitor the app and you can see the exact output. Maybe we'll discuss that also once. And then in search again, you can search anything. Let's go here. Let's see the tree view. This is the most important where you'll work. Click on app. Then again on the app, we also have a bunch of properties. On start screen, what do you want to happen? On start, what do you want to happen? So any code you want to write which should run as soon as the app starts, it should be written on start or on the start screen page. Let's go to the first screen, and then again on the left side you'll see the properties have changed. So for us, either you can edit properties from the left or from the right, anything which suits you. Let's just create first things for our app now. I'll just shrink this. Now everybody knows what is what. And yeah, components are reusable components you can create, by the way. Click on new and it will take you to creating a new component, and that can be used. Maybe we'll come to that. That could be a specific video itself. Yeah, so we have the first screen ready. Let's add in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the app which is here on the right hand side. I will try to create and replicate the model driven app for payslip management which we have created in our first video. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, we and on this channel talk about only Power Apps related stuff, or maybe in future I'm trying to add in React.js or PCFs, which are again almost related to Power Apps. We could talk about Azure functions and all. So in the first video which I uploaded on the channel, we created this. So yeah, enough of plugging in my channel here. Let's just move ahead. So we'll copy this thing and we'll try to replicate the same one here. Let's just click on this and insert a okay, on load I would like to see the first my records, right? That's what I want to see. So let's just go here, right? I see active employees as of now. So we'll try to add in the view of active employees. Let's add in a gallery. In the gallery, we would like to add in our employees table. So we'll just search employees, and then let's wait for a while. It will add to our data, right? And then also add it to the current gallery. I will show you what happens next. Just wait for a while. So by default, we have Vikrant and Sapna here. Same goes here as well. So this is our view, right? And there is, you can see similarity between our both the views. So they are almost same, right? Let's just go here. Let's click on this gallery. I will close this. The first thing which you should do is you should click on rename and just write the name of the gallery. All right. So we'll write gallery underscore employee list, right? What does this gallery show? This gallery shows the list of employees. Currently, you can see views are set to none. Let's just do active employees. As I said, we will only get active employees. So you can see it's been sorted exactly same. Everything is same. And you can also edit the fields which you're seeing over here. So before editing the fields, I would like to edit the layout first, because I don't want this image because I don't have an image currently. So let's just make it title, subtitle, and body. Now we have our title, subtitle, and body. Let's just try to see if we can add in any other field we want. So the name is anyways fine. And then let's do phone number over here instead of that. Now see, you can see that if I change this first over here, right, all of the other components of the gallery have changed. So this is very important to note. Any changes to the first row, any changes, again I'm repeating, to the first row reflects to all the rows. If I shrink the size, the whole gallery's rows size shrinks. Now, I have this button, right? I would like to have this button work as a navigate button. So whenever I click on this, take me to a next screen or the same screen, but show me a detailed overview of what Sapna is. So that's my employee, right? So Sapna is my employee, so I want to see what she does, what experience she had, and all of those things. Let's just insert a text label over here. Anyways, you can design this as you wish, but currently we are thinking more about functionality. So we will not focus on design much. So just click here. Let's just make it a little nicer. On the right, you can align it to the center. I would like to make it bold, right? And maybe add in more size to make it a little bigger. Again, you can change over here to make it as view, right? Because we don't want to add any details over here. Whenever it overflows. So overflow means if you assume this, if I'm entering like this, right? Let's just see what happens. So overflow is always hidden. Now let's make it scroll. So you can see that whenever I play this app, here is the difference. I'm getting now a scroll bar. Previously I was not getting a scroll bar, and my components which I had were a little chopped off. My employee is not looking good and all of those things. So this is what you can do if you want to hide or scroll, and I've explained what they mean. Yeah, you can also do auto hide. Whatever your text size is, it's gonna take that size only. All of those things can be done. Let's also, you can change the colors and all, add in a border and all of those things. So once you have added this, I want this color to be, I mean, a little bit different, right? So let's just change this. I'm going to change the color to maybe blue or a little whiter tone, right? So that it's looking more of a button now instead of just a plain thing. Also, you can change the type of icon you have from this drop down. Now, on click of this button, it says select parent. What does this mean? I mean, if let's just see what happens. I'm just going to save this app and just play here. And if I click on this, nothing is happening. That's what means select parent. Now, it's better that we do everything in the same screen. We will try to add in more complexity and try to hide and show things. So let's do this. When I click this, I want a small box area to represent my form, and it should be hidden until unless I click this component. So for that, what we want is we want to insert a edit form, right? And let's drag it from here to the bottom right and just give it a shape, right? Exactly similar to this. What I want is the data source is employee. So that's my edit form for the employee table, right? By default, I have a bunch of columns over here added automatically. If I click on the form, right, click on edit field, you can add in more fields, right? And delete the fields as well. So let's just add roll number and employee and just add. The order can be changed from here. So let's just click on this and then make it in the items. We want it to be, what is the gallery name for us, guys? It's this name, right? So let's just see what the code looks like. Gallery name dot selected. If you see this, there is a little bit of population which automatically happened. So if I click on this, see it changes to Vikrant and then to Sapna. So we have a little bit of automation added over here. In this drop down, everything is fine, but in employees, for some reason, we see the GUID of the employee. Click on this, edit. I don't want employee. Click on remove. Let's just try to adjust the components which we have. So as you can see on the right hand side, everything is locked right now. You have to click on this, unlock, and then only you will be able to change anything, right? So this is how you want to change any component if you want to do that. Once you have edited it and enabled it, you can change the whole component itself, I mean the card, and if not, you will see a lock button like this. So sometimes what happens is when you want to do any automation that, okay, on if this is a number, you want to make it something else. So you write here in the text some commands, or you want to make it as a auto population. Also at that time you want to add in a variable over here instead of this. So all of those times you would want to have it enabled. I mean, yeah, people can have questions, right? Why do I want even that to be enabled? So parent dot selected, on select of this, I want this to happen. We'll try to add in a different type of visibility rule. So on select, what I want is, currently I have no code, right? Still my the population is happening. So let's see and add in a different type of code which shows and hides this. So when I click this, I want that to be visible, and else on page load I want it to be invisible. So we'll write set. Now what set is nothing but creating a variable. So on the top you can see the recommendations which says set variable comma value. So you will put in the variable name over here. So set form visible, that's my variable name, to true, right? When I click this, then only it should be true. Now on the page, I've just selected the page right now, you can see it's screen. Or if you don't believe me, if I go here, the screen is selected. On visible of the screen, again I want this to, I just copy pasted what I wrote there and make it false. Let's just go and add a new screen, which is a blank screen, and we'll try to come from that screen back to our main screen. Nothing is happening, the reason being that we have not added the visibility over here. Just select the form and go to visible. Instead of true, make it our visible variable name. So whatever variable name we have, now by default it is invisible, right? Now let's see the thing in action. Click on this arrow, this becomes visible with all the values we have. And so what I want is now that I want this to have a save button so that I can edit my stuff. So what I will do is I will try to add in a new icon. Just search for icon here, and then I want a check icon. Okay, so I want to save my stuff, whatever I've updated. I want to save that. So just click this and it will save whatever progress you have. Just try to write the code here. Select the form first. The form name is form2, so we'll rename it to employee form, and then save it. Once we have edited our name of the form, we'll go to this icon and write here submit form, and then in that we'll write the form name and leave it as it is. So what should happen is, technically, if I save this, so once we have added that functionality of saving the form, let's just play the app and try to rename something which we have here visible. And then let me just make it changes to the phone number, save it, click on this, and it reflects in the real time. So this is how you can add in components and make them visible and hide them at the same time, all of those things. So yeah, now assume what happens is people don't want the form to be visible all the time in the edit mode. So they would recommend you to add in a new icon called edit icon. So we'll just add in the icon over here. When you click this, then only I want the form to be in edit mode. So let's just go here and go here, and then default mode for us is edit. So what we want to do is, when I click this button, I want this in edit mode, and then put in values and then save it by clicking this tick checkbox. Once it is checked and saved, I want it again to be in read only mode. So let's see what we can do over here. We can write here that, again, all of that could be done by a variable. Set, again, one variable, which is enable employee form, and then make it true, right? So on click of this, that is what is done. I will copy this and then go to this checkbox. Once I have submitted the form, I want this to false. So that's our code, okay? And then go here, instead of edit mode, we will write over here, if the variable name true, I mean by default if you write this, it means if true, then make it edit, else form mode dot view. So let's just save this and see, we can't enter anything. There is a slight change in how the UI looks. So let's just go and try to see how a fresh start of the app would look like. Click to the other screen, go back to the main screen, play the app. Okay, again we can see that we need to hide these two buttons as well. So for that reason, what I would do is I would go here and instead go to the properties of my form, and then click on these two controls, click on both, and just go here and in visible I will paste this. That's how you select more than one component. Play it again. This is how the app would look like when you open it for the first time. Then click on this arrow. It shows the form for us. So whatever fields I have in the form are visible. Assume you want to edit the stuff. So just click on this edit button. It becomes editable. I will again change the phone number because that's the field which is visible over here, or maybe Sapna one as well. We'll edit two fields. Click on this check. You saw that it became white for a second and then again became purple. So that's your enable and disable colors. It gets disabled when you click for the first time. So that's how you do it. When you clicked it, it saved the information over here, name changed, phone number changed, and we went back again to the view form. Let's just see over here. Again, Vikrant's name is coming. So all of those things are now working. This is a small demo of an introduction of Canvas apps. Now we'll try to delve into separate topics of Canvas app, maybe creating a collection, how do you manipulate a collection, maybe store an image inside a collection or store image inside a variable and then show it based on certain conditions. All of those things we'll look into the future videos of Canvas apps. I'm going to create a playlist of the same so you guys can have a separate area where you can access Power Apps, Canvas app related stuff. And do let me know your feedback if you have any. And if you want to see more videos, subscribe, like, comment, whatever the basic stuff. And if you have specific topics you want, please do let me know in the comments. Yeah, thank you guys.